How you doing, guys? Welcome to my channel, Mets Season, where you get Mets content and MLB news from around the league. Well, I want to touch on a few things in this video. First things first, I want to correct myself from the last video about Lugo's injury. It seems to be the shoulder and not the elbow. All right, so I wanted to just make sure that you guys understood that my mistake. And the first thing I want to touch on also is Zach Scott yesterday on SNY speaking about that they were gonna soon be in contact with Lindor and Conforto's agents, on extensions, which is good news. That's something that we all need to be patient on. If you guys remember, when Degrom got his a couple of years back, it took basically the whole spring training, and the day before they broke out of spring training for the regular season, Degrom got his contract. So be patient. If it happens, I'm sure it will. Just know that that can take all month actually. So everyone be patient and it'll get done. I have faith that it'll happen. The good thing about our owner is that he's a fan just like we are, and he understands, especially Conforto. Being a homegrown guy, um, and producing the way he has. Hopefully Michael can stay healthy. That's been his issue because I have no problems with his bat. So if he can stay healthy, he definitely be productive, and I feel like one day can be an MVP bat. As far as Lindor, we already know there. We know what kind of player he is. I don't see why he'll have a problem thriving in New York. He should be fine. He's an exciting player, and we should get excited for that. So great news there as the GM is pulling through and letting us know that they'll be speaking to their agents soon. The next thing is a Luis Castillo rumor from Cincinnati, starting pitcher for Cincinnati, who I believe is an ace. This guy's got nasty stuff. I believe it was Mark Feinstein from MLB. He was saying that the Mets are, don't be surprised if they make like a really big move. He mentioned Luis Castillo, which will excite anyone that knows who he is. Again, it's just a rumor. So we'll see what happens with that. Obviously, for a guy like that, his age and his ace type of stuff, um, as far as the prospect thing goes, you can like, I wouldn't mind giving up whomever I needed to get that guy. I didn't say how many pieces. I said whomever. Okay, so based on where they're ranking in the system, say Mauricio Alvarez, you know, then we'll take it from there. Castillo will be a great addition, and I believe would put the Mets as a World Series contender, not far from the Dodgers. Um, Also, to the Matt Chapman rumors from Oakland. Chapman, I've always seen him because I like watching the A's. Um, they're they're always interesting to me. Also, to their uniforms are beautiful. I'm an old school baseball fan, so I've always enjoyed watching the A's and guys like that. So I've seen a lot of Matt Chapman. He's a great defensive player, a decent bat. He did struggle with his average last year, but he still hit for power. And I believe he had a two-homer game in the playoffs last year. Or he had hit a couple of home runs in the playoff series. So as far as that, he has years of control left, which is great. I still I wouldn't give any of the top four guys up for him, but definitely 5 through 10, I'm willing to do. And also too, depending on what other pieces they were like, J.D. Davis, what have you, whatever there. So I would say that would be a solid signing. I still would prefer Chris Bryant. I think he's the more consistent, the guy that you can rely on the most. Former MVP, Rookie of the Year, all that kind of great stuff. So I prefer the Chris Bryant trade, but will not be angry with Chapman, especially with I believe he has 3 years of control, so can't complain about that. Also too going to the bullpen, the options. Um, they're saying that the Mets possibly be maybe close to a contract agreement with Justin Wilson, which I like the guy. I said it a couple of videos back. He had a high ERA last year, but he was abused out of the pen last year. You know, the Mets, their starting pitching was poor at best. And, you know, the guy was used sometimes, you know, four times in 5 games, stuff like that. So I'm not going to blame him for that. He still did a good job. You know, he just had a couple of games where he gave up, you know, 2, 3, 4 runs. You know, so that'd be a good option. I like him. He throws hard. Like I say, I always like the power arms coming out of the pen. And then that's where we go to Trevor Rosenthal, excuse me. And my problem with the reason why I haven't brought up Rosenthal is that there always seems to be like an issue with him, whether it's an arm injury or, you know, his lack of control, which you can link the two things to it. I understand that. You know, it just worries me. You know, I don't like players that are consistent with the injury list. Um, but now with Lugo being out for a little bit, you know, obviously I would not mind picking him up. I mentioned Jeffers in my last video. You know, another veteran guy that throws well. Um, so we'll see what happens with that. I haven't heard anything of Rosenthal in the Mets, not really. So we'll see what happens. Or maybe now they may escalate a conversation with his representative. So we'll see what happens there. Um, Justin Turner just re-signed with the Dodgers, a 2-year deal. So he's back. He was bluffing the whole time. So I kind of always seen him going back to LA. Um, I'm kind of glad that that happened. I didn't want him really with the Mets. He was getting up there in age, and he's a good hitter and stuff. But I think he's a little bit overrated as far as his offense. So, and he's not. He's a good solid glove, but not great. So he resigns with the Dodgers. He goes back to LA. So we'll see. You know, everything that I just discussed. We'll see what happens. Once again, we'll go through. Um, Lindor Conforto, the acting GM Zach Scott said that they'll be in contact with their representatives probably like this week. Who knows? You know, we got Lindor Lugo shoulder injury, the Castillo rumor, Matt Chapman rumor, Trevor Rosenthal and Justin Wilson rumor back to the Mets with Turner resigning. All right, guys. So once again, if you enjoy the content, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know your thoughts, guys. All right. So we'll see. We're a few days away from spring training. You know, and by the way, Tim Tebow will be there again. I see people complaining already about him taking a roster spot. But come on, you know, they have all their guys there. I saw the list today. Pretty much most of the Mets top prospects are going to be there. So, you know, we'll see. We'll get to watch them play. I'll be at a couple of games. I'll let you guys know when I will be there and what games I'll be at. All right? All right, guys. So thank you. And over and out. Let's go Mets.